What's up, Mr. Gotti? I'm back. You can't see my face, but this my voice. I promise you. Trust and believe I ain't switch up, and this ain't no new person. But I'm back with Point Blank. Period. This isn't quite an episode. It's like a extra. Or you ever buy a DVD of your favorite season or your favorite show season? You get bonus clips. Like, yeah, this the bonus clip. That's what we gonna call it. A Point Blank period bonus clip. But what we talking about today is the move that the Saints made yesterday in acquiring Teddy Bridgewater. Now, typically, getting a backup quarterback is not that big of a deal. But when you A, pay the price that you did for him, and B, you are the Super Bowl contending team that the New Orleans Saints are, it's a big deal. So, this signals two things for two different teams. In New York, the Sam Darnold era has started. It's been pretty clear that the Jets, Todd Bowles, and management really like Sam Darnold. He did his thing during preseason. Now we're going to see him on Monday Night Football, prime time, New York. Would it be a better? It couldn't be a better story, right? New York, the flashing lights, Sam Darnold, a top 5 overall pick. Let's start his career on prime time where all the flashing lights are. So, in New Orleans, let's go down to the bottom of the map. They have Drew Brees, Hall of Fame quarterback. So obviously Teddy Bridgewater is not about to come in and start. But they're trying to have a good backup that can hold down the fort for a couple games if, knock on wood, Drew Brees were to get hurt. I know what they're going. Backup quarterbacks have been instrumental to some Super Bowl teams. Is Teddy Bridgewater Brock Osweiler? No. Is Teddy Bridgewater Nick Foles? Nah. Is Teddy Bridgewater Steve Young? No, I wouldn't go that far. But in the latter person that I named, he's going to play more of that role, hopefully. Hopefully, because when Steve Young was traded for a second and a fourth round pick, the 49ers still had Joe Montana. Steve Young had sat down for a couple years. And then he took the reins and he led them to 3 Super Bowl championships. Hopefully, Teddy Bridgewater is the future and not a 1-year rental. Because if we're paying a third rounder for a 1-year rental, then I'm going to have a problem. But if we're paying a third rounder to have him sit down behind Brees for 1 and hopefully 2 years, now I'm happy because I think that Teddy Bridgewater is a fantastic quarterback. He wasn't exactly in a system in Minnesota that allowed him to show all of his talents, but under Sean Payton, one of the best offensive minds in the NFL at the moment, I think that Teddy Bridgewater could turn into a fantastic quarterback, and I'm extremely happy. Matter of fact, when I've been thinking about Drew Brees' successor over the past couple of years, I know Bridgewater been hurt, but I always felt, man, if we could just get Teddy B, we'll be all right for the next 10 years. And what do we have? Teddy Bridgewater. Let's sign him. Make it happen, Loomis, and we could be all right for the next 10 years. But here's the thing. A lot of people label this as win now because, you just want a backup. And if that is the case, I'm going to have to question the decision-making of a team that have had great decision-making over the last 2 years with the drafts and the personnel changes and the coordinators and help. They've been doing really good. They got Dennis Allen. He came back from Oakland doing his thing. He's doing great. Got Mike Nolan as the linebackers coach. Have a really good base. And if you just messed up and said, let me get 1 year out of this guy, I'm hoping. Because I keep emphasizing 1 year because that's the only year that Teddy Bridgewater is under contract for. Brees is under contract for 2. Now here goes the question. What is the conversation that Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis had with Drew Brees before they made this trade? Because you can believe that Drew Brees holds enough weight in that organization to have a conversation about his backup. Was Drew Brees telling them, hey man, I got 1, maybe 2 years left? Was he telling them, yeah, I think I need a backup, that's cool? Did they approach him and say, this is our future quarterback? Because I could definitely see Brees saying, you know what? I have love for the city of New Orleans. I love the Saints. I want to retire a Saint. And I want to go out gracefully. You guys have your heir apparent in Teddy Bridgewater. I'm going to step aside, retire. He's not strapped for cash. He has so many businesses. And some players stick around for money-hungry reasons. That's not going to be Drew Brees. Now, overall, people will ask me, Darren, D. Gotti, DAG, how do you feel about this move? And I'm going to say it one final time, baby. We have a lot of young talent. Teddy Bridgewater is only 25. The youth movement is continuing in New Orleans. And if we can sign him to a long-term contract, he won't be as high because he's coming off of an injury. And he probably won't play this year. Then I'm feeling mighty good about our future. If Teddy Bridgewater is the heir apparent to Drew Brees, if we gave a third-round pick to get Teddy Bridgewater instead of taking a flyer on a college quarterback who could not beat what he was at the collegiate level, then I am happy. If we got Teddy Bridgewater for 1 year just to have him be Nick Foles and hope that Drew Brees goes Carson Wentz, or excuse me, hope not that Drew Brees goes Carson Wentz, then all I can do is shake my head. But it's D Gotti, and that's your point blank period bonus clip.